Yes, all right. Here we go, y'all. It's your boy Ben. You know what I'm saying? Ben Talks Growth. And I've had some people ask me, like, bro, how do you stay so positive? I mean, within the situation you're in, how do you stay so positive? Like, because a lot of times when I talk to you, you're always happy. Like, no matter what's transpiring, even if you kind of got in trouble or something else happened, like, you never have, like, a negative attitude. Like, the energy you bring in is always just like a loving, happy, know everything's going to work out type aura. And the only answers that it's a few things. It's not just one thing that helps me stay positive. It's a few things. The first thing is probably the biggest thing is just accepting that what's meant to be is going to be. And the way that I accept that is by saying it's God's plan. Like I work really, really hard on my own personal plans and my own endeavors and I'm trying to create enterprises to be profitable and I'm trying to make things happen every single day. But I also have accepted that my plan is minuscule when in comparison to God's plan. So when things don't work out for me, like shit was God's plan. When I'm up against the wall and it's looking like everything's gonna fall, I'll be like, either way it goes, I'm cool with it. It's God's plan. And that allows me to never have too much of an attachment to any single thing or any outcome, any material item, any person, anything. Now, I might want this person with me for the rest of my life. I might have extreme love for him. And when I look at him, I might get butterflies. But if I'm not meant to be with this person, it's God's plan. So, due to it being God's plan, I accept it. Whatever is for me is for me, God, and I thank you and I appreciate you. And it allows me to be in a state of gratitude. I've talked about being in a state of gratitude on my other channel. And I think having that just understanding that it's in God's hands allows you to stand in a state of gratitude, which allows you to be positive because you're thankful. So it's like, man, I'm not worried about nothing because it's all going my way, and I am putting in the work, and that's another big thing is I'm consistently actively chasing my dreams, and doing everything in my power to make things happen. I feel like that's like a big part of staying positive. Knowing that I am putting in the work. Because now when I say it's God's plan, not only do I know that, his hands are on my life and whatever he wants to happen is going to happen, but I know that the karmic energy of me being a hardworking man that really is chasing something is going to allow God's plan to be in my favor. You know what I'm saying? It's going to allow God to be like, all right, well, he deserves this. Let me give it to him. And so it's like me having the confidence because of the proof, and then also just me having the acceptance because of I understand that I am not God and I do not have reign over the whole universe like God does. Allow them two things are very vital. Just having the proof that I put the work in and having the understanding that God is going to give me what I deserve. Them two things are very, very vital for me staying positive. Another one I would say is not taking things too personally when it comes to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be moments, right? It'd be moments where I feel like somebody is pecking at me and trying me. And knowing like the Ben from a few years ago would have attacked this person physically and been like, man, nah, you think that I'm something I'm not. But now it's like, why would I have to prove that I'm something I'm not to really anybody? So you could peck at me. As long as you're not crossing the very, very lines that are uncrossable, you could peck at me, you could play them games, and you could think that you're somebody. Because at the end of the day, I know who I am. So you might think that you're something and you might think you got one up, but I know who I am. And when it comes to defending myself and defending my territory and my family and obtaining the things that I want to have, I'm going to do that no matter what you think. So instead of just taking the time out of my day to prove to anybody really that I am something that I am, I've been able to now like, it's all good. He just having this fun. He really, probably hurting himself. He probably going through something. And instead of taking it like, fuck this person, or I'm just, man, are you cool? Or sometimes I'll even join in on the roast. I'll be self-deprecating, and it makes it a little less fun for them. Because now it's like, damn, I'm trying to hurt this nigga feelings, or I'm trying to hurt this man feelings, and instead of hurting his feelings now, um, like I said, instead of hurting this man's feelings now, I'm just like it's like he's having fun. Like he likes it. You know what I'm saying? It makes it to where somebody doesn't want to play them games with you. And so yeah, like that helps too. Not taking things personally. That's a third. Another way that I really do stay positive is just a consistent workout. Just a consistent workout helps you to stay positive. Because that's like goes back to the proof in the pudding, the confidence that you gain from actually doing the actions. If I wake up today and I do my 500 push-ups and I do my 500 squats and I curl the bag or I do whatever else I'm gonna do, go hit the pull-ups and dips. At the end of the day, like no matter what else I do, I know I'm working on my physique. I know I'm building up me as a man. I know I'm doing what I can. You know what I'm saying? And so that right there really does help you stay positive. And then also avoiding energy leeches. That's the fifth one. Avoiding energy leeches is vital. If you hang out with somebody and then after you hang out with them, you feel like drained and you feel like, yeah, like you feel drained and just like, man, I can't stand, like, why do I feel like this? Like, and you keep thinking about certain things, like, and it's like, man, you overthinking, your mind racing, your heart beating weird. Like, stop hanging out with that person. They're not for you. Period. I don't know how to explain it no deeper than that, but the situation isn't what it's supposed to be. And really, really, really just avoid energy draining people. Avoid people that are pessimistic and always losing. And every time you call them, they're like, "Oh man, this happened. Oh, woo, woo, woo." And like, and then also avoid people that when you get around them, they talking shit about somebody, right? And they're like, "Oh, this person is whoopty whoop whoop," and this person is whoop. And then like, the next day you see them with the person, and they're like, "Hey, brother," and they're like, "Oh, happy go lucky with this friend." That they was just over there with talking shit, because you know why you gotta avoid that? Because they talking shit about you. As soon as you're not in their presence, they talking shit about you, and that's the reality of the situation. So avoid that too. And just like I said, it's your reference group is really vital. The belief system is vital. The actions on a day-to-day basis is vital. But those are the main things for me. Is just keep yourself on a path of consistent progress, and you'll stay positive. And then also, like, once I stopped participating in drugs, like I stopped smoking weed, stopped drinking, like the side effects of smoking weed, like you get high, and then when you're not high, you be on some like, man, like you ain't just grumpy, and you hit some weed and you're like back happy. It'll be like you're like ready to fight somebody. I can't believe this. He did this and he did that. I'm finna and they're like, well, hit the weed, brother. Hit the weed. Yeah, you still want to go? No, I ain't even tripping, man. He ain't even about that, man. It's all good. We can hang out. So it's like weed like makes you into two different people. Like you weed you, and then you the not weed you, and the not weed you is not the same. Not weed you is the not weed you after you've been sober for like a month. Because now you don't have that animosity anymore for random reasons. You're feeling better. And the same thing with alcohol, and definitely harder drugs as well too. It's a mood shifter. It's chemical imbalance, and it makes it to where it's harder to be positive. You know what I'm saying? Telling the truth to people, and cutting people off that aren't telling you the truth is important, and staying positive too. Because when you got somebody in your life that keep lying to you, you want to do something to them. So you got to cut that short. And then also, in order to get people that tell you the truth, you got to be putting out there that you're a truth teller into the world, and man, the energy come back and get right with you. So yeah, those are my methods of staying positive. It's probably more, but I think the most basic one for me, because I say it all the time, is, man, God's plan. It's written. Like, I know where I'm headed. It's written. And it takes for me to just really put the work in on a day-to-day basis, and I know where I'm headed. It's written. It's God's plan. You can't tell me nothing different. And, it be people around me that be like friends that they let it downplay me. But when we do the statistics of who's really doing what and what's really going on, like, man, listen, I'm literally foot in the game, or head in the game, or I don't even know how to, look, man, I done dove in, and I'm taking it serious. And a lot of people aren't. So it'll be some people around you that, it'll be family even, around you that you'll notice will try to downplay what you got going on and downplay the seriousness of your level. And at the end of the day, man, just knowing that, I am who I am, you can't tell me nothing about me. You can't stop me. But it is vital to get away from those people too, because you never know. The energy around you is really important. And so if I tell my partner, like, man, my plan is by 2030, I want to be up 5 million, whoop to whoop, and he says, 5 million, you'll never. He's not my partner. Or he just, basically saying that because he know he's not gonna have no 5 million in 2030. So he's projecting. And it's not his fault that he knows he's not, it's just his life. But if I tell my partner, like, yeah, 2030, 5 million, I want to have a house over there and do, yeah, that's logical. Okay, you can do, I can see you doing that. Now this is somebody I need to hang out with, because now not only if he can see me doing it, he really knows he's about to be around that area too. And we're gonna be like twins. Twin, we having 5 million each, 10. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, this is really important for staying positive. It's your reference circle, your belief system. And like I said, man, my main thing, my go-to is this God's plan. It's God's plan. So when you're out there dealing with what you're dealing with and things aren't going your way, the first thing you need to start doing is start being actively pursuant of your dreams and your goals. And if you don't know what your dreams and goals are, start writing about it. Go get a pen and a pad and ask yourself a few questions. First question, what do I really want out of life? Second question, how can I get what I really want out of life? Because now you done got what you want. Now how can you get it? You got to start thinking. And the third question, how long will it take me? Bam. Now you got a plan now. You're starting to get a plan. And once these things start to happen, you'll notice that your life trajectory shifts. You know what I'm saying? And I said in my last video, I was noticing that my trajectory was headed down here. And this is where I want to end up here. And I was headed down here. I started making changes. And look, man, I'm still in the trenches with it. I'm down here with it. But I guarantee you my trajectory is here. And when I land here, I'll tell y'all. And then by that time, I'm already going to be like wanting to get up here. So I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to have to blast off to here. It's going to be just all the way up. And that's what I'm working on. And, staying positive is so vital and important because it allows you to go up instead of down. It allows you to have your way instead of just moping about the things that didn't go your way. You know what I'm saying? Life is about your reactions. They always say it's 90%, your reaction, and 10% what happens to you. So, you're letting 10%, what happens to you create the smallest part. You create either the 90%, which is important, negatively or positively. So, it's real vital. And I remember 10% of the stuff, like, was negative in my life that happened. I allowed it to make my 90% negative. And then, I ended up in prison for almost a decade. And so, about to get out of here, I just want to be able to make sure that my reactions are on point and in alignment with what my future is. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best I could put it, man. How to stay positive. I hope y'all got some type of game out of that. How to stay positive. And do me a favor and try to stay positive out there, bro, because it gets hard. It gets hard. And I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it, y'all. And it's been Talks Growth. And if you could, you know what I'm saying, talk more growth around yourself and around your people, you'll notice you'll probably grow more. So with that, I'm out of here, man. Live and direct from that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna holler at y'all later. You know what I'm saying?